Okay, cool. How's everybody doing? First class for everybody? Everybody not have class yesterday? All right, cool. Some people had class canceled on them already. I'm like, awesome, great start. Okay, here we go. My name is Dr. Payne, which sounds awesome. Okay? Only reason I got my PhD. Who have I had before? There's a lot of you in this class. Cool. All right, that'll be interesting. Couple favorite quotes. Listen to understand, not to respond. That's relevant in this class. If you had me before, you know. Howdy. Fam, right? Matthew? Cool. We're going to have a lot of dialogue in this class. That's how this class works. You don't have to respond just for the sake of responding. Listen to what other people say. Kind of the opposite of how you cadets were trained, and for you non-regs who are a lot smarter, you're in better shape. Okay? To educate a man in mind and not in morals is to educate a man into society. Also, a quote I like. Look, I can make you guys engineers. I can make you finance investors. I can make you an engineer, visualization. Okay? We can do all these things. It's a lot harder to make you a good person. That's what we're going to work on in here. Okay? That's the benefit that you have in SOMS. Some of you have had me before and know that we're going to work on that. Anybody know who said that? Wild guess? Former president. Close. It was after him. Loved him. Teddy Roosevelt said that. Man very convicted by his own morals and ethics. All right, who am I? I love to barbecue. Like to golf, hunt and fish, all that good stuff when I have time. Like to brew beer when I have time. This is really bad when I show this right before class. That's some burnt ends, pork belly burnt ends. Best thing you ever had in your life. Brisket, Boston butt. I am a world champion barbecuer locally. Won a couple little small competitions and stuff we've done with two of my buddies. And for seniors, howdy, what's your name? Alexander Forbes Weiss? God, you must hate bubble tests. You have like 48 letters to fill in. Welcome, have a seat. Probably over here, maybe you're on the open seat. Engineering? Yes. Okay, cool. Good. Glad we have some non-regs in here. I have a lot of sections. So I used to barbecue for cadets when I had like one or two sections. Now I have a lot. Since you're seniors, I will try to do it. Okay, this semester I'll try to bring you some barbecue. No promises. I'll do my best. All right. I'm raising world champions because Daddy wants a gold medal. And then Stanford Medical School, and I figured these are reasonable expectations to put on children. Am I qualified to instruct this course? If you've ever gone to class and the professor hasn't explained why they're qualified to instruct, you should probably question who the hell they are. Most of you just go to class, and then somebody shows up in the front and starts talking. You're like, well, guess they're in charge. Okay? You should probably find out if they're qualified. I got my undergrad degree at Oregon State University, whole other country, Pacific Northwest. Best baseball team in the country. 3 national championships. How many the Aggies have? We suck at football, okay, so I have to talk about baseball because we're not very good at football. Actually, the Aggies just hired a coach who was at Oregon State for like 10 years as their pitching coach. It should be pretty good. I got my master's at University of Florida, and I did get my PhD here at A&M, so I'm no longer a foreigner. I've been teaching SOMS here, I think, for 6 years now. Absolutely love it. Take it very seriously. Consider it an honor and a privilege to get to teach you guys. Okay? I also, in addition to teaching here, I teach at Sam Houston State. I teach ag business and ag comm. If you're an ag major, you get preferential treatment. Nobody cares. Okay. I worked for Extension Service before that. I did development, which is fundraising for major universities, done corporate relations. I also serve in the Air National Guard in the Air Force. I serve part-time. We do counter-drug operations. Watching you guys, just so you know. So that's a little bit about me. Oh, here's what cadets have said about me. Most of it's been good. These were a couple that were not. So the first one, if you think I didn't like your answer, it's probably just because I'm trying to lead you somewhere. I don't care what you believe. okay? We're going to have an opportunity to talk about all of these crazy things in this class. But if I didn't really like respond, or you think I didn't like your answer, it's probably just because I'm trying to lead you somewhere or somewhere else, okay? Apparently I'm not PC, so if I offend you. By the way, I'll swear in class, okay? Usually it's just to make sure you're awake, because you'll be like, did he say shit? Yeah, he said shit, okay? If that bothers you, and I'm 100% serious, if you don't want me to do that, you can tell me, okay? After class, shoot me an email, whatever. I can turn it off. But I treat you guys in here like adults, all right? When I graduated college, I got my first real job, I thought like people didn't swear in the real world. I thought people were like polite and professional. No, it's even worse, okay? You guys are cadets are really bad about that, okay? My teaching style. Oh, by the way, those of you who haven't had me, did you ask about me? Yeah? What'd you find out?
Everyone said you're
Chill, okay, what else? Anybody else?
You're not chill.
Not chill. Apparently I'm mean. Okay? Yeah, I'm pretty awesome and extremely humble. Okay? How this works, this is an interactive class. Okay? How many of you go to class first day and the professor's like, I just don't like to lecture the whole time, and that's all they do? It's the worst thing. Just don't say that. Okay? It's okay if you lecture, just don't tell people that you don't, because then it will drive you insane. Okay? At least that's how I work. Right? This is an interactive class. This is not a lecture class. All right? This is discussion based. I was giving a presentation to a bunch of Ag Eco faculty, one of whom's a big deal. He goes to D.C. and works on the Farm Bill all the time. And right before I was getting ready to present, he leaned forward and he goes, hey, try not to suck. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate your support. So I try not to suck. Okay? Expectations for class. You got to be here. Okay? Come to class and participate. Larger class, good mix, non-regs and everything too. We'll have a little fun. Come here and think for yourself. We live in Canvas. Canvas is new to me. We have to use it versus Blackboard. But most people you guys seem to like Canvas better. Is Canvas better? Okay, cool. It's new to me. Bear with me. But we'll live in Canvas. We'll have discussions and stuff pretty much every week that you participate in and all that good stuff. Okay. So be sure you check that often. Be original and outspoken and thoughtful in class. Please don't have your phones out unless we're using them. I get 50 minutes a week. I get about 14, 15 hours to change your life. And I will change your life. Right?
Yeah.
Goddamn right. Okay? At least I'll try. Right? So please, we got 50 minutes to be here, participate, be engaged. My contact info, it's on the syllabus, which I'm sure you read word for word already. But I have a TMU email, but it goes through junk mail and stuff. It's not always great. Please use my personal email. And there's my cell phone number. I don't mind if you text me. If you got a question about assignment or whatever, perfectly fine. You can call me, whatever. If you text me, please tell me who you are and what class. So I have no earthly idea. Because I teach here in SAM. I have way too many classes and students. So I love you guys. I'll try and help you. If it's late at night and it's last minute on an assignment, my old ass is asleep. So don't expect me to bail you out. Okay? But if it's a quick question, by all means, shoot me a text. I'll do my best. I generally hold office hours at the Chicken, so you can see me there. New? God damn it, Danny. All right. Okay, quickly we'll go over the syllabus because it's super boring and no one cares. Even though, I don't even have it open. That's my fault. Stand by. I still have like eCampus in here way too much. Okay, I do have two sections of you guys. One again in the afternoon. You do need the book. It is required. Okay, please get the book as soon as possible because we'll start digging into it. The feedback on this book, generally pretty positive. Not everybody loves it, but from you guys, the feedback is generally pretty positive. Okay, so please get it as soon as you can. Again, we'll live in Canvas as well. Bring something to write with to class. All that good stuff. It's boring. All right, grading. Assignments, case studies, and exercises, 50 points. Class engagement, participation, be here. eCampus discussions, and the final ILDP. The ILDP, Individual Leadership Development Plan, we will get into it as semester goes on. If you've had SOMS before, it changes every semester. I like the senior one. It actually makes stuff that's valuable for you guys for applying for jobs. So hopefully it's actually useful. I know not everybody loves it. We'll get into it. Cool. If, for those of you in the Corps, if you get a D or an F, which is also a U, you are kicked out of the Corps. Right? If you get a D or an F, you are removed from the Corps. You got one more semester after this. Please don't screw up. Is my class hard?
It's a good class.
Is my class hard?
No, not to pass.
No. Okay. My class is not hard. Just be here and do the work. That says I can do whatever I want, which is awesome. Okay. This class, I don't know about you guys. You'll have to check. This class defaults to a 0 credit hour. If I don't care, and it doesn't impact your grading if you take it for 0 or 1 credit. Okay? It doesn't impact grading at all. It's the same, right? It's up to you, your financial aid. Some of you needed it, like you need the credit. Some of you don't. Whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. You got to change it this week. You can do it yourself in Howdy. Cool? Questions on that? If you don't know how to do it, you can ask a buddy. If you really get stuck, you can email me. I won't know, but we'll figure it out together. Okay? But you should be able to go in Howdy and see it and change it from 0 to 1, but you got to do it this week. After that, you can do it, but an advisor will have to change it for you. So please try to get it done this week. I'll try and send you an email. Okay, attendance. The Corps requires you to be here, right? Some of you are not in the Corps. I require you to be here. Okay? You get 1 unexcused absence for the semester, 1 get out of jail free card. Okay? After that, 2 absences, your grade goes down 5%. 3 absences, it goes down 10%. If you have 4 unexcused absences, you fail the class. No questions asked. Okay? We get 50 minutes a week to be here. That's it. It's not very much. You got to be here. Got to be here. Questions about attendance? Okay. If you have a close contact or whatever, and you were told that you have to quarantine, especially you cadets, they have to give you documentation. For us to excuse absences, any professor, we have to have documentation. It can be a note. If they won't give you one, ask your chain of command. Somebody has to tell you, hey, you have to quarantine close contact. They have to give you some sort of note. Or if you're getting tested, that works too. Okay, it's totally fine. But we have to have documentation to excuse it. Cool? Some of you have like job things or whatever, that's fine. Just give me documentation. Okay, just show me the email that says that I'm interviewing or whatever. Cool? Okay, question about attendance. Okay, everything else, don't lie, cheat, or steal. You'll read all this word for word, I'm sure. Don't plagiarize, blah, blah, blah. Because class participation is more than 10% of the grade, there's a rubric on here that shows how it breaks down. Be here and participate. Questions about syllabus? Cool. For every hour of class, how many hours are you supposed to study? 3. You guys gonna study 3 hours for SOMS? Liar. Some of you told the truth. Okay? Good for you, probably not. Look, I keep in mind that this is a required 1 credit class. All right? I try really hard not to overwhelm you. So please do the work. It's not a lot. Yeah, covered that. Okay. In this class, we will talk about race, religion, maybe some politics, okay, some serious topics that get pretty sensitive and heated. How should we handle that?
Respectfully.
Get mad. Hoover, my man, being honest, okay? Respectfully, okay? How else? Calmly.
Understanding.
This is going to be fun. Calm, pissed off, okay? How else?
Depends what you say.
Excited.
Oh my God. The favorite answer of every question I ask in class. It depends. No shit, it depends. Okay? I can't make you guys go do things, all right? Yes, it depends, okay? How should we handle it? You guys are all right, huh?
Excited.
Excited? Okay, good. Look, I try to bring energy to class. I appreciate it if you return the favor. What else?
You should use social media to cancel that person.
Yes.
Use social media to cancel that. Perfect, okay? Yeah, the fact that I haven't been fired yet is pretty astonishing, okay? Look, yes, please be respectful. if you guys disagree with me or somebody else in class, speak up. For the love of God, it makes it more interesting. Okay? I don't care. I want you to challenge me. I want you to challenge others. Do it respectfully. Okay? And you don't have to agree. If you disagree with somebody, okay, which is most of us with most people often, if you're not sure, just turn on the news for a little bit or watch some politics. Okay? But you need to understand why they would feel that way. Right? Nobody's wearing a mask. Okay? I don't care. We're pretty spread out. I'm so happy to actually be able to see your ugly mugs again. Okay? It's wonderful. I get to know you better, and I can identify you a little quicker. I didn't even recognize Magnus at first. Okay? Because I haven't seen his face in a year. So, but if you're getting tested or your roommate keeps popping and you're getting tired of it and you want to wear one, by all means wear one, and no one should say a damn word to you about it. Okay? So just respect people's differences and what they want to do. Sound good? Cool. All right. Take that note card. I'd put on music, but I'm recording. And I'm recording because of when I have a YouTube channel, super awesome. You can actually watch all the SOMS courses on there already, which you won't do. Please go ahead and fill this out. But I record classes in case you're gone and miss it. Now, it does require extra work because you have to write a recap, right? So please be here in class. But if you can't because you're quarantined, I will post it on YouTube. Please go ahead and fill that out real quick. If you've been to a lot of states and countries, you can just guess approximate number. And one last class too. Killing this. Non-regs are first, just saying. So many ways. it Soul Ross? The yellow one? Ross Farm RVs, I mean. Okay. There's a lot of you. A lot last semester too. We good? Bless you. COVID? Good. All right. Self-test. All right. You guys haven't had other SOMS class. Is this anybody else's first SOMS class? You guys? Okay, cool. All right. What'd you guys learn in the previous ones? We're a long ways from happy hour, Matthew. I'm not going to make it. Okay.
You want us to write it down, or?
No, tell me.
Oh.
What'd you learn? Just got quiet. Oh, no. What you suck at? Good. Yeah, okay. We worked on your constraints, your weaknesses. Yep. What else?
How to give and receive feedback.
Okay, good. What else? Willpower. Excellent. Strengths. Good. You guys are on fire. Work on your resume at all? I don't know, probably. You better say yes. We've been here for it. Okay, we did strengths, covered that, touched on LDP. Constraints on the flip side. What you guys think of the flip side? Okay,
Pretty good.
good. Huh? Didn't like it?
Yeah, I kinda.
I don't care. I'm genuinely curious. I mean, we're trying to figure it out.
Classifications that they put people in.
You what?
Oversimplified.
Yeah, it made sense, like the ostrich and the
Yeah, marshmallow and
marshmallow.
all that.
I was like, this doesn't really apply to that.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
what we're trying to say is like people fit into a lot more than just like the two that you said you fit into most.
Yeah, probably. Good. Willpower instinct. We like that one? No?
I mean, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm putting it into practice this year. It's one thing you didn't tell the juniors was fish treats. So for me, I have all my Hershey's chocolates visible, and I eat one. And I'm like, crap. So I hide it under my sink, and now I don't eat it. So, willpower. Let's see it.
Did you like it or not?
It's great chocolate.
That's a simple Hershey chocolate.
Yeah, it taught me a lot and how to not gain weight senior year.
Okay, cool. We usually get mixed reviews. Overall, the feedback for willpower was fairly positive. Like 3/4 actually liked it, which is pretty good. All right, what are we gonna do this semester? Leaders. God, you guys are great. Really, really good students. Okay. We will touch on some. Okay. We're gonna get into your personal authority and tolerance. How to actually be genuine as leaders. And defining your own values, ethics, and morals. Been working on it for 2 years. Still don't have any. Okay? This is you guys. You're almost there. Look, you made it. You got your boots, your seniors. You're about to go in the real world where life will be awesome. No! Never leave here. It's horrible. Okay? Stay in school as long as you can. Don't believe me? You're going to call me in 5 years. Okay? Or you're just going to remember that weird guy said that thing and he was right. Okay? Who thinks I'm just going to have a job and I won't have homework and it'll be awesome? Who thinks that? Yeah. I hate to break it to you, bros. It never stops. Okay? You never stop learning. All right? You never even stop having homework. An internship, right? They just tell you to do shit? Yeah. Okay? I don't care. Just go do it. Remote, right? Here you go. Figure it out. Okay? Same thing in grad school. All right? True or false? Old Army's dead. Who says false? My man. Why?
We're still here.
Kind of. Yeah. All right. Why is Old Army dead? When did it die? Yesterday. My favorite. Okay. Depends. Depends on what?
What do you consider Old Army?
When did Old Army die? Do you guys know what Old Army is?
Class
Okay,
year
so no.
after us?
It's whether the Corps used to be. Always. Okay. What'd you say?
Class year after us?
Yes. It's always the year after you guys. Okay. My favorite answer, aside from yesterday, is year 2. The year they moved out of 10th. It was all downhill. Okay. Why, Danny? Why'd you say false?
False. Everything's different.
Still whip out?
That's the stuff that matters to me.
Still PT? How many of you came here to get hazed? Literally, looking forward to it, kind of, right? That's the answer. It depends. I want to get hazed, but only if I like it. That's what happened. Here's the problem. There was no line, okay? And you, as students, were just habitual line crossers, okay? As fish, we tear you down in the court, right? We tell you you're terrible and everything sucks and you're bad at everything. And then right at the end, we build you back up a little bit, right? You're like, life's awesome. Who plays golf?
Not well.
Yeah, okay. You go out and it's terrible and it's awful, and then you hit one good shot and you're like, I'll come back. I'll keep playing. Okay, welcome to the Corps of Cadets. Okay, huh?
Sounds like gambling.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. Okay.
It's game day.
Yeah. Okay. Everything Danny said is true. Okay. There's still a lot of tradition here, right? Is it the same as it was 40 years ago? No. Is it better?
Some ways.
Most of it, yeah.
It's different.
It's different.
It's different.
Is it better or worse?
Quality of life is way better.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of parts of it.
A lot.
What do we got? Devin, what do we got? I don't know you. Yeah, that's all you guys ever do. Look, HB is perfect right now. He's Switzerland. He's just sitting here in the middle, not committing to if it's better or worse. Okay, which is pointless in this class. Take a stand. Stick with it. Okay?
I'd say overall it's better
It is better. Why?
because people are treated better.
Should you be cleaning up puke in the halls as a fish at 3 in the morning from the seniors that came back from Northgate? As sophomores, should you? Maybe. Okay? Now, back in the day, it was the Wild West. Okay? Which some of you, your dad told stories, or your grandpa told stories, and you're like, that's what I want. Okay? A lot of fish punch because it sucks. Okay? Fair enough. They never get built back up. A lot of them leave here pissed off, leave the university. Okay? So it's a fine line. Right? It's a fine line. But the hazing stuff, we can't do. Now, can you guys still have fun and screw with fish? Yes, because you did it. It depends. If you get caught or not. Right. There's still a million things you guys can do. You see somebody posted on god-awful TikTok, and you're like, oh, we're going to do that. It was from another university, okay, or something like that, okay? So, all right, we'll get into it. Are you a good leader?
Yes.
Ha!
The best.
Huh?
The best.
Whoa. How do you know?
I took 2 of your classes before.
That's 100 extra credit points right there. Okay? How else? How else do you know?
Respect people have for you.
If people respect you or not?
Yeah,
You have to be a good leader to be respected?
No.
It depends.
You could be real screwed up and be respected.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yes, sir.
So I'll be honest. I feel like
I hope so. You're a chaplain. He knows.
But in terms of leadership, I feel like you talked about how college is a completely part of your life.
Yep.
Like A&M is very much a bubble. I feel like I've developed a lot of my leadership outside of A&M. Like for instance, like this summer, worked up in the mountains in Utah, 15-hour days, working with kids all day, screaming, running around like chicken with their heads cut off. And I don't know, I felt like that taught me a lot about leadership.
Yes, it does.
Because like,
Kids are horrible.
yeah, like
Call your parents and tell them you're sorry.
I did after the first week.
What'd they do?
She said, baby, I know.
Yeah. Most of you are good kids. Okay? I like most of you. Okay? Most of you are good kids. You were still a pain in the ass. And you're the same. The problem that you cross the line, you're like raptors. You're always testing the fence for weakness. Okay? That's what you guys are looking at in the Corps, and that's what your children will do. Okay? They're just testing the fence for weakness, and they will wear you down. Call your parents, tell them you're sorry, watch what happens. Okay? They'll be like, what'd you do? What do you want? You know, all that good stuff. Okay? How'd you develop your leadership style? Internship. What else? No, you always talk. Fam? How'd you develop your leadership style?
Observing other people and also experiencing yourself.
Okay, what'd you do? What experience? Being on the wall? Is that what you said? What is that? I was not in the wall. Huh?
On the wall.
Oh, like standing against the wall? You do wall sits? Can't do that anymore?
Out in the hallway.
Seniors are the most honest in the Corps usually because you're like, meh, I'm almost done. Okay.
What are they gonna do? Fire me?
White belt apathy. All you guys talk about is sophomores, right? 281. White belt apathy, white belt apathy. Then you get a white belt. I'm done. I'm upperclassman now. Okay. We will not always be this Corps centric. Okay. Yeah. How'd you develop your leadership style? Things you did. Who played sports? Okay. Who was involved in extracurricular things in high school? Okay. Who's still doing stuff off the quad? All of that factors in. Okay. And of course, the Corps, we make leaders. You know, they stole that, right? Aggie does not lie, cheat, or steal. True or false? Leadership is manipulation. False? Who says true? Who says false? Who's Switzerland and uncommitted?
Is there an it depends option?
What does it depend on?
So for manipulation, I usually have a negative.
Yes, that's the first thing you guys always bring up. Who's hung up on the word manipulation? Thinks it's a bad thing. Okay, keep going.
So if the goal of the leader is to, I always kind of associate manipulation with subversion. So they try and get people to do something that they normally wouldn't do and put them in an awkward situation. If that's the goal of the leader, then it is because you're directing people to do that into something they normally wouldn't be comfortable with.
Okay.
And sometimes it isn't. Sometimes the leader's just working together with people and they set a common goal with the group and then they work with the group to reach that goal as opposed to being more, this is what is going to happen and trying to make that happen.
Okay. Who else said false? Why, Hoover?
I guess it's kind of following his train of thought, but this thing, if you were to call someone a habitual manipulator, you wouldn't say they were a leader. And the reason why you wouldn't say they were a leader is because they subvert,
I think Hitler might fall into that category.
probably, is because they subvert your own best interest, or they do something thinking that it's going to be in your best, or make you do something that you think is going to be in your common goal or the best interest, but is actually in theirs.
Okay. What do you got?
Depends on the receptivity of what you're trying to do too. Because, what if you're trying to help me change in a way that I don't want to?
Okay.
Then you would have to try some different techniques. Maybe manipulate me into agreeing with you.
Okay.
But most of it, leadership is influencing. So it's
Is it?
selling ideas.
Is it?
Yes.
We'll find out.
In terms of manipulation, getting people to buy into your ideas, I guess depends on kind of selling them, convincing people that you're right.
How many books are there on leadership? Does anybody know?
A lot.
So many. For all the different reasons. Okay? Don't lose your thought. And wait, hold on for a second. Who does not like manual labor? Matthew, is that you? Raise your hand. Okay? Don't like manual labor? I don't know you, so I'm going to pick on you. Okay? If I tell you to go dig a ditch, are you going to do it? Probably not. Why?
Because if you tell me it's for a good reason, then maybe I'd be convinced.
Perfect. She wants to know why. Say, okay, see that village down the hill there? If you dig this ditch, we'll get running water down there to that village for the first time ever. You will change that place for the better, and you will be an absolute hero to them. Are you going to go dig the ditch? Did I manipulate her? People doing this. Yes or no?
No.
No, why not?
You gave her a reason for the task, and she decided if it was worthy after that or not.
Did I manipulate her with the reason?
I still say
If it's honest, then no. You just told her the case, and she made the decision.
Do you see how subjective this shit is? It depends. It does. Okay? It absolutely does. This is the hard thing. This is the hard thing in the core and your student groups and whatever you're in and the real world. Okay? And everyone wants to know why. Now, first year, if they're asking you at Campo, could you say, well, hold on, I want to know why you're asking me?
I mean, you could, but
You could. It probably didn't go well, right?
I say it's a good learning experience.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Push. Okay. They want to know why. Now listen, you guys are behind millennials. You're not even millennials. They're in the workforce. We have no idea what to do with them. Companies are working on it. Okay. Everybody wants to know why. Okay. Everyone wants to know why they're being told to do something. You need to give them the reason why. Who's the best football coach in college right now?
Same.
Nothing for Jimbo?
Love Jimbo.
I said-
Jimbo said he's going to beat Alabama this summer. Did you see what Nick Saban said? In golf? I thought it was hilarious. Okay. Now, probably Nick Saban, he's won a boatload of titles. When Nick Saban grew up playing football, when he screw up, his coach would grab his face mask and yell in his face. Okay? Is that how Nick Saban coaches?
Most of the time.
Not anymore. Used to. He changed. Because the kids changed. Okay? If Patrick, remember, okay. If Patrick is my 5-star defensive back and Huber, probably a 3-star, safety, okay? If he's my 5-star defensive back, but he's young and I need him on the field, and I go up and grab his face mask and yell in his face, is he going to take that well? Is he going to handle it well? No. Probably not. If I pull him aside and say, Patrick, listen, I need you to understand you got to get your hips down so you can turn around. That way if you blow the coverage or not, your safety will be there. So if you stick with your job, we're in better shape and he'll get the interception, not you. Am I coaching? Yeah. Is there any career field in the world, including the military, where it pays to just scream in someone's face? What? My man. Okay, even then you'll start to tune it out for a while. Okay? All right. So we got some things to work on. All right. You able to assess yourself accurately?
Not by myself.
Do you know when you did good?
Yeah.
Usually. You know when you screwed up? Yeah. Usually. Okay. Your buddies call you on it? No. I hope so. It depends, yeah. Okay. It depends if they're scared of you or not, if they like you or not. I hope so. All right. It's pretty hard to assess ourselves. It's pretty hard to actually step back and figure out if we did a good job or not. Now, usually we know if we really screwed up or we did awesome. But there's that whole middle ground. All right. How many of you guys would tell underclassmen what to do and they'd go do something and just screw it up? Whose fault was that?
You.
It's yours. No, it's fish. They're idiots. They're so dumb. Okay? No, it's your fault. Okay? So you didn't do it right. Right? Should you question leadership?
Yes.
Hell yes.
No? Yes? Yes or no? Okay. Danny? Not sure?
Question, yes. Complain, no.
Okay. Talking about questioning. Should you question leadership?
Oh yes.
Why? Hoover?
Because unquestionable leadership is weak leadership.
Unquestionable leadership is.
If you just say go dig a ditch and they say why and you don't tell them why, they're not going to do it. Or they're going to do it because you're going to see them.
What if they're the follower? They have to.
Well, they can do it, but they cannot like you, and you're just pushing the line until eventually they say screw it, I'll take the consequences.
Okay. Take it. What else? Yes, sir. What do you guys mean by unquestionable leadership?
Like where you have an environment where people don't feel like they can go ahead and talk about they don't like an organization.
So they can't question it.
Yeah, that's the question. Kind of like board active, we talked about how obviously this is the case in the board, no one has absolute power. Absolute power.
Yeah. What power do you guys have?
Pretty well.
The Rams, I mean,
Hannah?
We don't have much power.
Yeah. You don't have any power.
That's
Right?
a buck over there.
3 diamonds on there, okay? But you're right. Okay, last semester we had the colonel from my base come in and talk about this. He was in the Corps and he talks about it to every interview he's had since he left the Corps in the Air Force when he's up for promotion. He talks about that. I had no true power. I still had to get people to do things. Okay? All right, we'll get into that this semester. Okay. Should you question leadership? Yes. Is there a right and wrong way? Yes. In the military hierarchy, should you question leadership?
Yes.
Don't post it online.
What?
Get fired.
We'll get into that. He didn't get fired. He resigned.
Oh, he did.
Resign.
He did. But did he stick to his morals?
Heck yes.
How does he sleep at night, you think?
Probably.
What happened?
We'll get into it. Okay. Just happened in the news. It's over Afghanistan and all that stuff. Again, I think I said I hate when I have multiple classes like back to back. I mean, we're going to talk about hard subjects in here. Okay. We will get into all these things. Okay. Not all of them, but as many as we can. Try not to talk about COVID because everybody's tired of it. It's really boring. Okay. In the military, should you question leadership? Yes. Is there a right and wrong way? Yes. Should you question leadership if it's life or death?
Yes. But, yes.
It's your life. Huh? Say it again. If I'm telling you to go in this house or go down that road and you don't know where the enemy is or what's going to happen, should you question the leadership? I would. Who's in the house? Where's the enemy? Where's the friendly fire? I don't care. Okay? I don't care. If any of you guys listened to or read any Jocko Willink stuff, former Navy SEAL, it's exactly what he would talk about. It is your life. Right? You have every right to question leadership, say, what are we doing and why? Now, do you want to come across like an asshole and call it out in front of everybody? Maybe not. Okay? But do you want to pull them aside and be like, look, I have serious reservations about what we're doing? Yes, you should. Okay? Oh, awesome. Okay, we have time. Sometimes we run out of time for this. You guys are seniors, you generally know how college works. We ask you to memorize things, regurgitate it, and then you just spit it back to us. It's a terrible way to learn. I'm trying to fix higher education. Give me a little time. Okay? What happens if you take that same test like 3 weeks later?
Don't remember words.
Terrible. Why?
It didn't actually learn it.
You didn't learn it. Okay? So we're going to play a little game. We're going to test your memory. Okay? You ready? You're going to show you a bunch of images, and it's going to ask you which images you saw. Cool? Huh?
We're going to do this one 3 weeks too.
No. All right, here it comes. They go fast. Got them? You don't have to write it down. We'll do it verbally here. Which one? Which one? Let's get a little quieter. Sure. Pretty good, I think. Some of you are not saying anything. It's a sweet ride right there. Okay, fair enough. All right. We are very much visual learners. If I brought you back 3 years from now, you would probably do just as well as you just did. Statistically. You would probably remember which images you saw and which ones you didn't. We tend to be visual learners, okay? Which makes it hard, right, for how you learn, right? If something is only in your short-term memory, you have not learned it. I'm bringing this up only because I didn't know this when I was younger. You're seniors, you know how college works, but I think it's helpful, okay? Not everybody has a star. Look, now don't. Okay. If it's in your long-term memory, then you've actually learned it. Okay? If it's only in your short term, you have not learned it. You just memorized it for a little while. Right? When something is difficult, when something is actually hard that you are doing, your brain is learning. You are actually trying to figure it out. And what it does is take what you already know and try to assimilate it to what you are learning. Okay? That is how your brain works. That's why a lot of times some of your classes feel repetitive. Like, didn't we do this last semester? You don't remember. Okay? Because you just took a test and then forgot about it. Okay? Trying to build on it. I don't give quizzes or tests in this class unless you're really screwing up and not doing the reading. And if you're not doing the reading, I will give you a blank piece of paper that says, tell me about the reading. Not a multiple choice test. Why? You just bullshit your way through it. Okay? I did that one time, and this kid was writing like crazy, right? And gave me a piece of paper, and it was an apology for not reading. He didn't read anything, okay? So please keep up with it. But for a test, and again, just try and be helpful, for a test, if you hypothesize what you'll be tested on, you're probably right. You will probably be right. How many of you are studying for a test, and you're like, oh, this part's hard, I won't worry about it. I'll study everything else. And then you get the test, what's on that test? You're like, shit. It's all that's on the test. And then you're screwed, and you have to retake the class. Okay. Just some helpful stuff. I'm excited you guys are here. Get the book. Be in class. And we'll have some fun this semester. Sound good? Cool. I will see you next week. Leave them on the table. I'll pick them up. Thank you.